Well, hello there, friends. My name's Nicole, and welcome to On the Fives. As I said, again, my name's Nicole. I'm part of the Red 5 Network, and on the Red 5 Network, I run the Red 5 Reading Book Club, which is so much fun. And recently, we've been reading Skipping Christmas, which is a great read. Highly recommend. And we have a wonderful year that I'm so looking forward to in 2025. You can check myself underneath Red 5 Reading, as well as Peace Love Phantoms on X. You can also find myself, as well as the Red 5 Tavern, and many other wonderful podcasts as part of the Red 5 Network at biolink/Red 5. Please do take time and check them out. If you're here today, thank you. I'm so excited that you're here. We recently celebrated our 1-year anniversary, and it's so great. I'm so excited. I absolutely love talking about books. I love nerding out. And the reason why call it On the Fives? Is a question I get. Well, because On the Fives is part of the Red 5 Network, and I stream on the 5th, the 15th, and the 25th. Sometimes I play around with the dates, but they'll still equal up to 5. With that being said, again, I'm very glad you're here. And I love getting to know my fellow content creators, on those various states. And most of the questions will be done in groups of 5. So thank you again for coming into our chat tonight. I'm so excited that you guys are all here. We have a wonderful night planned, and I'm excited. But I want to say hello to Megan and hello to everyone that is lurking and everyone in our chat. Oh, yes. Nicole, the songs from Wicked have been playing nonstop in my head ever since I saw the movie on Thursday. I enjoy the songs and all, but why when they're on nonstop replay? Help. Me, myself, and I also need the help. I have been listening to Wicked nonstop, but before the movie, I was listening to it before the movie since the Broadway and the one before that. And that basically I've been listening to it since like 2004. And I absolutely love it. So if you haven't figured it out yet, welcome again to On the Fives. And today, the Yellow Brick Road brings you here. We are going to be talking about Wicked, as it recently came out as a movie. However, before it was a movie, it was also on Broadway. Thank you to Gregory Maguire, who originally wrote it as a book called Wicked. Okay. But there's so much more history here, people. There's so much more to this witch, because we can thank the original maker. Just like we say thank you to George Lucas for Star Wars, I will always say thank you to L. Frank Baum for The Wizard of Oz. Or in this case, this is one of the 14 books that he wrote of the Oz books. This is called The Road to Oz. So many great books to see there. Oh, and I spot in the chat Mr. Rowe of Scare Podcast. Make sure you check out again Rowe and many other fellow content creators at Red 5. BioLink/Red 5. Without further ado, I am very excited. Oh, and hello there, Scott, lurking. I knew I had a lurker. I just didn't know who. But right now it's Scott. Hello and hello. I'm very excited. My friend Bob and I got to know each other through our friends, Michelle and Natalie of Force Delight Entertainment, who you should also check out. They're also part of the Red 5, and they too are excited for Wicked. You should definitely check out their videos. And so I got to meet my friend Bob through them. And what I really like about Bob is his kind heart, as well as his love for advocacy and disabilities. And I'm excited because I know tonight we'll be talking a little bit about that when we get down to discussion questions, especially when it comes to Wicked and what we see in movies as well as in the books. So without further ado, please make a wonderful welcome to my friend Bob.
Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
Bob. Hello. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Good. Are those some special glasses you're wearing? I'm missing mine. Mine are
Yeah.
missing in action.
I started from when I went to Tokyo Wicked.
Oh, so you went to the Emerald City, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I got some stuff too. Okay. I went to Thursday's show and I picked up a few really fun items.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh my God, y'all. Okay. For those who don't know, my cat's names are Alphaba and Glinda. And I absolutely love them. And so I decided, I think instead of using these as popcorn tins, I think I'm actually going to put their toys in there. Like make it useful, but the cups I'll be keeping special for around the house and stuff. So, but these are beautiful designs. Um, and I absolutely had an amazing time seeing Wicked. Did you have a good time seeing Wicked?
Yeah, it was everything I hope for that they did with the movie.
Mm-hmm. I did you get to see it on Broadway?
I went to I saw it on Broadway about two times, and I saw it in Philadelphia also one time as well. So I got to see it three times.
Oh wow. Oh wow. So do you think did the movie live up to its hype? Did it live up to at least the Wizard of Oz and Wicked name?
The movie expanded the storyline between the book and the musical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt they did an amazing job. Mhm. I'm just being a dork at this point. I was just sharing my Wicked book, and I would like to share. Actually, this was the my first one that I got,
Yeah.
but then I had to pick up the cover because it was so beautiful. But did you know Gregory Maguire also wrote "The Son of a Witch"? Y'all, let me tell you. We'll see if this happens. We'll see if this happens. Um, but I am very, very excited. The Lifetimes of the Wicked Witch of the West. I absolutely love it. So I wanted to share that in my yellow brick road right behind me. For those who don't know, row, cover your ears. I am probably as in. I'm probably. I love Wizard of Oz and Wicked as much as I probably love Star Wars. Maybe even a little bit, possibly more. I mean, my cats are named after characters, makes sense. Yeah. So, but, and of course, we can always say thank you to L. Frank Baum, Alpha, which fun fact, that is where the name came from. So, for Elva's name. So how you been, Bob?
I've been good. I've been getting ready for the holiday, and I run my own British community on Discord. I'm part of this massive community of people that I created myself on
Oh.
Discord to get everybody hyped for the movie, and we talked about what we think about Wicked, and also we do a lot of theories about what we think gonna happen next, and all those
Mhm.
fun stuff.
Very cool. That sounds wonderful. Okay. Hello, Isaac. I see Isaac in our chat. I am very curious. Do we have other Wicked and Wizard of Oz fans in our chat? I know Megan is. All right. Well, I don't know about you, but I think I am ready to have some fun.
Same.
And that is, I would like to go ahead and start us off with some fun this or that's, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather go to the Emerald City or go to Munchkinland? I mean, that's like the equal of country or city, just saying.
I will go to Mountain Land.
You'd rather go to Munchkin Land. It's very quaint. It seems happy, you know?
Yeah, and also the lollipops.
Yes. You know, Bob, a few back, I don't know, over 5 years ago, I actually once dressed up as a Munchkin from the Lollipop Guild. I love the lollipop. We represent the Lollipop Guild. Like, I love it. I loved that in the movie. Oh, hello to my friend Patrick, who wants to go to the Emerald City. He wants to go to the Emerald City. I'm not totally against that, you know. Okay, so let's say you get to meet one of the two authors, okay? You can either meet the original L. Frank Baum, who created The Wizard of Oz, or you could meet Gregory Maguire, who wrote Wicked, but in honor of Wizard of Oz. Who would you rather meet?
I would rather meet both of them. Both of them played an important part in setting up Wicked and the Wizard of Oz, so I can't leave one in the dust and not have the other one.
Well, technically, one is still alive and with us, and that's Gregory Maguire. And but seriously, who would you rather have? Like, if you could go, if you could go have, who would you choose?
Gregory Maguire.
Maguire. Okay, now next question. You get to go have either breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever you want, but you get to only take one of your favorite Wizard of Oz characters. Okay, Wizard of Oz, not Wicked. Who would you take? Dorothy, Cowardly Lion, Scarecrow, Tin Man. Could be Glinda. Could be Wicked Witch. Who would you take?
The Tin Man.
Who?
The Tin Man.
That would be excellent. I read the book called The Tin Woodman. Oh, it's such a good story. It is such a wonderful story to get to know the Tin Man even further. That's a good pick. That's a really, really good pick. Okay. And now from Wicked, okay, you get to go have a fun day in the Emerald City. You get to go take one of them with you. Who are you going to take?
Netta.
Yes. Interesting. And this is including, okay, we don't want to do spoilers, but you know how that story goes, and you still want to take Nessa?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with it. I mean, you could be her Bach. I got you smiling. he's gonna be the Bach to the Nessa Rose. It makes sense. I like it, Bob. I like it. All right. Let's see here. I think did we already hit that Wicked? I think we actually have one last question. Okay. One more for the fun, this or that. Okay. Would you rather? Oh, wait. Is this your first time here on the Fives?
Yeah.
Oh, Bob, we have. Okay. So you have your fifth question is a very special question. Okay. It is a long standing tradition since I started here on the Fives a year ago, with Ro as my first guest. Okay. And the question is either you're basically Team Ro or you're Team Brad now. Would you rather read a book or listen to a book, could be audio, about your favorite hero or a favorite villain?
I would rather listen to an audiobook about my favorite villain.
He's Team Ro, friends. So here's the joke. Okay, so not really a joke. Ro loves Darth Vader. You might know this. Totally villains. Now, Brad, his co-host of Scare Podcast, was here a couple weeks ago as we celebrated the 1 year anniversary, and he loves heroes. So he is, team hero, and his co-host is team villain. So there we go, friends. Bob the Burger has chosen the villains. Ro's going to be very happy with you, Bob. But it's interesting, right? Because we just both went to go see Wicked, and I've read the books, and who do they make the villain out to be?
Alphabet.
Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. I might have a ghost, or a cat, or both. I have to show you before we continue on. I actually picked this up at one of the musicals. Actually, I think I picked this up in 2003. It's actually The Wicked Grimrick.
Oh.
Now, in the new movie, they made this a different design. So it's a book, but it's a different style. But what I love about this book is all the various, different, all the different information. Like, there's a history timeline of all the books, including Al Frank talks about the original cover, which is actually this one. And it gives us the history of how the Broadway was made, which I absolutely love, and includes all the characters and quotes, and I love it. Dr. Dillamond. And of course, we got to defy gravity, friends. Okay, we have to defy gravity. Oh, yes, I love this book. I might have to do a breakdown of this book someday. Patrick says Glinda is the true villain. Would you agree? Do we agree? Do we want to discuss this?
Yeah, she is. Why
do you think she's the true villain, Bob?
I don't want to get into spoilers, but I did feel like I was just talking about it a few, like, after the movie. I did feel like they portray Alphabet as like, oh, she's evil, and that everybody don't want to be, everybody don't like her, but in the end of the day here, it really glinted forth because she took this poor innocent girl who's an outsider that wanted to be normal, and now look what happens.
Bob, I'm laughing because my cat Glinda is here now. She's here. Are you innocent? I think she thinks she's innocent, folks. Okay, can you see her? Look at her. She says she's innocent. I mean, she says she's innocent, folks. And she's a sorceress. She's Glinda the Good. The Good. Now, I would like to, yes, you are. I would like to make a special note, though, that there is, of course, you can find out more about Glinda the Good Witch in, of course, the Wizard of Oz original books from the 14 books of L. Frank Baum. She's in there. She's sprinkled in there, as well as Ozma, who I absolutely love. And I think it's so funny because my two cats, I have Glinda, who's currently sticking up for herself because she's like, she's innocent. And then we have my Elphaba, who, for some odd reason, she gets the bad rap. And they fit their names. They really do. Don't worry, you're innocent. It's okay. It's okay, Glinda. It's okay. Aw. She's like, but I'm innocent, Mom. All right. So we're going to do our best tonight, folks, to not go as spoilery as possible. Non-spoilers as possible. Because we want to encourage everybody to go see Wicked or read the book, listen to the audio if you shall choose, or go see the Broadway because it's really good and it is back on tour. And as we just asked, we're going to use Patrick's as the first question because that was a really good question. Is Glinda the true villain? My Glinda says no, she is innocent. Bob says she's a villain. I say they're both not perfect. They just have blemishes, so to speak. Um, if we have not seen this movie, will it be spoiled? If you have seen the Broadway, which I'm pretty sure 99.9% sure Patrick has seen the Broadway. Why? Because I know he was with me when we went to see the Broadway. No, it will not be spoiled because if you've seen the Broadway, you already know what's happening. But we're not going to spoil as best as possible. We are going to discuss, though, some very important things. Beginning with the next question about Nessa Rose. Oh my gosh. Bob, Bob, Bob. Okay. I know that you have a wonderful heart and you're big about advocacy. You and I have podcasted together on Used and Abused, my other show that I podcast with, and we've talked about disability in Hollywood. You and I
Yeah.
have we've had these hard discussions before, and we're not afraid of them. Um, and I am very curious or excited how you felt about the casting of Nessa Rose, who let me find. I want to make sure I want to by Marissa Bode. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
The older Marissa Bode, but there is also a younger one as well. What did you think?
I have to say, I really, truly, in my heart, felt like both of them did an amazing job using disability representation in the movie, and also showcasing that people who are disabled matter, because in the musical you really don't see a person in who is disabled in the musical. You have a person who is not disabled, and in the movie they literally took risk and told the audience, listen,
Mm-hmm.
this is your world.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you want to see it, and that's how I felt. I mean, when you fought the little Netta in the beginning of the movie, it made me cry. It made me tear up a little bit because seeing a movie like it, having a character like Netta, whose character is very important, not just in Wicked, but in the Wizard of Oz and in all the source material, that that the reputation in the dog, it makes me feel happy. It made me feel like can this movie can this movie take on everything that I feel in Hollywood and now put the disabled community on top.
Yes. I and just so our viewers know, the young Nessa Rose is played by Cecily Collette Taylor. Wicked is the first time in for Wicked to have Nessa Rose played by a real person that's in who is actually wheelchair, and that's disabled. And this was a big, huge mark because, in the past, it was not. It was just played by a wonderful actress, which nothing against them because they were wonderful and they were great, right? But in this case, this was a really big moment and a big step, especially for Bob and I have talked in the past, and that is, I'm trying to find a picture of Nessa Rose for you guys. They have not done Hollywood has done or I think a not a so good job on um when it comes to how do I want to say this properly, Bob? Not casting people, disabled people. They've not done a good job. They could do so much better. But in this case, we they did do well. The casting did very, very well. Um, because in real life the actress was disabled, and the thing is that it doesn't change her beautiful heart or how she is, um but it does bring the importance of utilizing people's talents no matter what whether they're able to walk or not. And I have a picture, but I can't find it. I'm so sorry, friends. I am so sorry. I know it's here in the Grimrick somewhere. I know it is, and it's hiding. It really is hiding. Oh, there it is. There's a little one. It's a littles. Nessa Rose. Can y'all see that? It's a little. But anywho, um, but that is very important. And I'm very glad to see that in this movie they did that. They did a really good job on representing. So
Like the whole movie that had a lot of representation from not just the disabled community, but also having a person of color come in and play Alphaba, having a little bit of a more real conversation, and also adding a lot of like okay, listen, we need to add some more of like let's talk about the animals
yeah.
and animal cruelty as well. Like this movie is not just about friendship, but also to me it had a more real life situation. A lot of stuff are in the movie and in the book that really it just triggered a lot of real life situation, and it makes me feel like these conversations need to be heard and need to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, Wicked and the Wizard of Oz have just been to me for the past 1 year that I've listened to both of them. Like both of them had really impacted my life in a more positive way and have really got me into wondering what can the movie do that we haven't seen before, and I was blown away by how much they really listened to the fan and how much they really cared about every fan's opinion on what can we do with it and how can
Mm-hmm.
we expand it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I thought, well, also special note though, even on Broadway, we have also had a woman of color play Glinda. That has happened. Wicked has done a wonderful job, I feel, in casting both in Broadway and in the movie. They've done an excellent job casting and making sure that they're uh you know what? I'm gonna say it like how L. Frank Baum would probably want it. But I would like to make a special note. Side note to all my friends and viewers here. There is one major thing that's huge difference between Wicked and Wizard of Oz. And it's a big one. Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum wanted to make American fairy tales. And that's what he was trying to do and accomplish. And in doing so, he just wanted his characters to be childlike and to be not sexualized. That is the one thing that has happened both with Wicked and other things, is that they have now sexualized his characters that he has made. That is one special note I will make to my viewers. And sometimes I do wonder if that was a good thing or a bad thing. But in this case, I like the fact that the story is wonderful and does a wonderful job also honoring L. Frank Baum's legacy. They brought back the silver shoes, both in the Broadway and here. There were so many beautiful nods in Wicked. Oh my gosh, the movie that also brought back to 1939 as well as back to L. Frank Baum, which I really did appreciate. So we're gonna go back to the first question because we had some really good, interesting comments. In The Wizard of Oz, Glinda is the good witch because we do not have her backstory. Well, kinda. In Wicked, she is the villain. Ooh. Megan, however, chimes in and says, is Glinda really a villain in Wicked or more of an antagonist? She seems more like an airhead that's only doing what she knows and has been taught to me. Very good. Oh, there's the big one. The wizard seems more like a villain to me. Read the book, watch Broadway, go see the movie, and then go see part 2 next year. Oh, this is cool. Haven't mentioned there's. Oh, that's so cool. I would also like to note that in Illinois, in Chicago, because L. Frank Baum was actually born in Chicago, um, there is actually a Wizard of Oz park. I have yet to go to it. I want to so badly. Eventually, I will get there. I will get there. One short day, I will get there. So very cool. Okay, so moving along from on to our next question. And more again back to uh let's go visit Munchkinland. Okay. Um you get to take Gregory Maguire to Munchkinland to go see what all this fuss is about. What is one question you would want to ask the author, Gregory Maguire, not L. Frank Baum, about Wicked? What would you want to ask him?
What what made you want to do the book, and what impacted you to want to make the book, and what the difference between your universe and the Ritual Raj?
Oh, we can dissect that easily ourselves. That is something I've actually I keep thinking. I'm like, I wonder if I should do some more like Wizard of Oz content in 2025, like some more breakdowns, like not just on the fives, but like something additional. It's just something I keep thinking about. Like this seems like fun. I love Wizard of Oz. Um, next question for you, because I think that would be wonderful to meet Gregory. And oh my God, could you imagine? I wonder if he would pick like if he would have like the flowers from the little lullaby bees, or by would he rather have a lollipop? Anyways, totally separate question. Sorry, I'm off on my tangents. I'm off in a whole new world. Um, when it comes to Wicked and Wizard of Oz, what was one of your favorite takeaway themes?
From both,
Either or.
I think from the Ritual Raj, I took away that and I took away that a little innocent girl who comes from the middle of Kansas can be heartless and can kill an innocent person. And then I learned from Wicked about friendship and about diversity and about that if you're different, nobody to take away that you're different. Everybody in their own way is beautiful, and they have their own timing to them. So with Wicked, I've learned that, and for the Wizard of Oz, I've learned that an innocent little girl from Kansas can be really heartless and just like take take a group of people and they listen.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to help me go to the wizard and get the hell out of here. And so you take all of these people with her, and then in the end of the movie and the book, you say, "Oh, bye bye. I completed my mission, and now you completed your mission, and now we don't meet no more." So
Now, I'm going to add on something. This is one reason why I love to read. One, there is again 14 books, folks, in the Oz series that are very specifically done by L. Frank Baum. There are also additional ones done by Mrs. Thompson afterwards. So there's actually more fairy tales to that. I want to add on because I feel for me, I love the friendships that are both made, the friendship themes in both Wizard of Oz and Wicked. And I feel like L. Frank Baum really does a wonderful job also, like Gregory Maguire took on the mantle of, and that is creating characters that are diverse or different and um not afraid of going, no, animals can talk, or yes, this can happen, or yes, a scarecrow can talk. Let's just have fun. Let's be imaginary. And remember, folks, Wizard of Oz by Al Frankenbaum, he wanted these to be fairy tales. Not necessarily like Brothers Grimm's fairy tales, although some would say Return to Oz is. Um, but at the same time, a fairy tale. Um, and they are so wonderful. I'm going to ask you a non-book question because I'm just very curious. What was your favorite song from Wicked?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
I really like I like all of them equally. I can't pick. Like I'm a big fan of Broadway, and so like back then I wasn't really like into Wicked or the Riddle of Our Thought material or that what I but that like in my own different universe back then. But I have to say right now, Defy Gravity is my favorite.
Yeah, I love Defy Gravity. It's a beautiful, gorgeous song, a very strong, full of spirit, and I absolutely um I have to go cliche and say Defy. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's because it's a strong like you're okay. If I'm mad, like this is one of my go-to favorite songs if I'm mad or angry or if I'm ready to get out, like, no, you're going to watch me leave. You're going to see this happen and I'm going to rise above, you know? And that's what I love. And there's such a beautiful artistry when it comes to writing songs. And that's so cool because I love the fact that in my Grimrick book that there's the defying gravity, all the lyrics because it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So okay, so next question. You said so your team wrote, and you said that you would like a you would read a book about your favorite villains. Who are some of your favorite villains that are featured in both books and movies?
Mhm. I will like I really love I thought Wicked is one of them.
Hmm.
Um
Oh, yeah.
let's see. Let's see. I'm thinking. Also, I haven't really been part of the Star Wars community as much as I would like to. But if I did have a choice to read a Star Wars audiobook, I would read something involving the dark side or Darth Vader or something.
Hmm.
Um something involving that and there's not a lot of villains that I would listen to.
Hmm.
I pick audiobook or read book that I feel like compelling and that
Hmm.
and also when I read about a villain, I don't sympathize with the person. I don't feel bad for them. They've done
Hmm.
bad. I don't sympathize with them. I listen to the audiobook because I wanna learn about them. I don't wanna feel bad for them. I wanna learn about them. And that's what
Hmm.
makes me feel happy about listening to audiobook. You can
Hmm.
just close your eyes and be in that universe.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. Be in that universe. That's a good answer. Actually, I have a question for you. Well, let's go a little bit further in this whole villains thing. Do you think lately or in the last I don't know, 10 years, they've been doing a lot of movies um about villains but giving them backstories, almost like we sympathize for them and understand them more. How do you feel about that?
Like, okay, so the doctor, the doctor is a good example. You take the villain what they did with the Doctor from 2019. That was perfect. It took mental health and put it on its back, and I felt like they were good. Then when you add Lady Dada and the Mutator, not so much. If you add a movie that to me should never be made, and adding those elements to villains backstory, I don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like if you want a compelling backstory on a villain, have a movie where you're really going into the brain and really looking into that who is that villain? Why did that person do it? And
Mhm.
and what made them so mad?
Mhm.
And and that's what I love about that's what I love about like right now the main villains are in horror movies. You're really seeing
Mhm.
a more deeper dive into what we feel in horror movies and how we can really feel them and to be honest with you with comic books with villains and comic book they don't have a good relationship when it comes to the villain. It's like okay we're doing this but then we're doing something completely different. So it all depends.
Mhm. Okay. That's a really good answer, though. I have to admit, I'm like, I get that because you had said, well, just because I listened to it, it just doesn't mean I like feel sorry for them. They're still bad. So I had to ask. I'm like, this is a good question to ask. Okay, so curiosity. Let's just go because again, Glinda is. We're going to start beginning to wrap up, but again, A Wizard of Oz is originally an American fairy tale and it's from childhood. What are some of your favorite books from childhood?
Hmm. I really liked reading. I love reading any. I love to read. Paddington Bear. Um,
Oh.
yeah, Paddington Bear was my favorite.
Mm.
I love to read. I also read If You Give a Mouth a Cookie. That was
Oh,
my also
that's sweet.
my favorite, and also any of any book I could get my hands on.
And well, let's take it back to today. What are some of your favorite reads currently?
Right now, I did listen to a horror audiobook that I definitely recommend everybody check out. It's called Clown in a Cornfield. It a really good book, and it's really really like amazing. Earlier today they did announce that the movie voting is coming out in May. So I'm really
Mhm.
curious to see what they do with it. So I already read that already, and now right now soon I'm gonna start to read um Great Expectations by Todd Dickens.
Oh, I love Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. That's a wonderful book.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because I'm getting older and I want to really know what my purpose in life is
Mhm.
and really start to listen to and read it.
Good. That's a wonderful book. And I know this time of year I also love to read Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Wonderful read. Wonderful read. Okay, so this is the hot topic tonight, y'all. I didn't know this would be taken off. So I'm going to say thank you, Patrick, because he's the one who started this. Um, that became a question about Glinda being a villain. Megan says, I think it's interesting giving villains backstories is paraphrasing Glinda's own words. She, that is, insert villain here, had parents and grew up in the same world as anyone else. She had a life before being a villain. Interesting. Interesting. It's kind of like Cruella. For those who don't know, Cruella DeVille, villain, but then they created a movie. We got her backstory. It's Still a villain, just not the same. We got to know them as children, how they were, and it changes things. All right, Bob. Well, this has been absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate you taking your time to come and hang out here on the Fives on your time on a Tuesday night. Um, where can everybody find you on social media?
People can find me on my YouTube channel, Bob Teeth Out the Pop Toto. You can find me on 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 Discord. I'm Prince Vegeta on Discord, and people can find me on Twitter, but I won't be using Twitter as much no more. I'm using Blue Tie. So so I will be on Blue Tie a lot. So that's where people can find me.
You're on Instagram too, correct, Bob?
Yeah, I'm also on Instagram as well and TikTok.
Mm-hmm. And do you have anything special coming up?
Yeah, I'm gonna be starting next month. You're the fourth person I'm telling it about. So next month I'm gonna be in December. I'm doing um a whole month of videos. With I'm gonna be collaborating with a few people and going out of my comfort zone. Really want to do a lot of content with people
Mm-hmm.
for the whole month.
I will have to drop a past video you and I did.
Mm.
Uh, friends, I got to be on Bob's show in the past, and we actually discussed the Muppets dinosaurs because Bob and I are both big dinosaurs fans from, if you remember, from TGIF on ABC. They had dinosaurs, and they're the yeah, I loved that show. And so Bob and I got to talk about it. It was a really good time. Really good time. So I will have to drop that link later today or later tonight or tomorrow. But I am so yes, not the mama. Yep, not the mama. But this has been wonderful hanging out. Would you recommend people going to see Wicked?
Yeah, if you're familiar with the source material, I highly recommend it. If you're not familiar with the source material, I would recommend listening to the music or seeing the Broadway show before you go into it, because a lot of people are not understanding the source material. They think it's all about visual art, but so listen to the music, get involved with the community, and have fun.
Yes, I agree. Again, I highly recommend going to see the new movie Wicked. It was wonderful. I want to go see it again. It was wonderful. But I also do recommend reading Gregory Maguire's Wicked. But do not forget the master, the creator of Oz, and that is L. Frank Baum. Again, he had 14 books in this series, and that's not it. He has more than just the Wizard of Oz. He did a lot of other things, including Father Goose. And there's even a Christmas one that I'm going to be also reading over this upcoming season. Um, and what is coming up for Red 5 reading? Well, we just got done finishing reading reading Skipping Christmas. In December, I will have some visitors on the Fives as we review and talk about Skipping Christmas as well as other books we've read this past year. And in January, it's coming. We will be reading James Patterson as well as Michael Crichton's Eruption. I am so excited for this for January and February. We're going to be reading Eruption as well as coming soon. We're going to be reading C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy, folks. I am so excited. I did not know that there was a space trilogy, but thank you to my friend Adam Goswick, as well as my friend Isaac. I now know that there is a space trilogy by C.S. Lewis, so I'm very excited to read those books and dive into a new like sci-fi area and see how that looks in comparison to Star Wars. And we have so many more wonderful things coming up on the Red 5 Reading Book Club. You're more than welcome to join us. All you have to do is send me a DM. I'll get you guys in on our Discord. We meet on Sunday nights. We have fun. We just chit chat about the book. Sometimes we even just chit chat about life because we have really kind of grown community. And this person he does deny he has not read it because you know For my friends who don't see what that was just, if you're listening to this, I can't confirm nor deny that I have started eruption. No, you haven't. um, but it is a wonderful, wonderful group, and we just love to hang out and talking about books. And it's been good to get to know others through this. Um, we take polls, we go ahead and help figure out like books that we'll be reading for next year, and we have a lot of really good reads that we're going to be reading next year. 2025 is almost all booked out, but the first one up is Eruption. And if you want to join us, you can buy the book, you can listen by Audible, and still join us in the book club. So feel free again to send me a DM at Red5 Reading on X. I'm Peace Love Phantoms on both Instagram and also X, Twix. So feel free to send me a message there. Again, thank you to everybody that joined us tonight on the Fives. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time out and coming and hanging out with Bob and I. Thank you, Bob, for joining me. This has been a wonderful time. I really do appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Using Scott and Kim Views and Abused. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Again, I am very, very grateful. This has been while this year has had its own complications, I want to say it has had many wonderful blessings. And one of the biggest blessings of this past year has been this Red 5 reading book club, as well as creating this podcast, because I just wanted to get to know my fellow Red 5 content creators and friends like my friend Bob, my friends like Megan and Scott and everybody else. So thank you guys all. And I cannot wait to see you guys next time on the Fives. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good night. We'll try that again. Good night, everyone.